Hey, what's up guys? This is Jeremiah Derby here. I'm also known as Batman JPD on YouTube. And today we're animating live. We're live right now on YouTube. And I'm going to be animating actually something that you guys chose, which was a fight scene between Red Hood and Nightwing. So, this is going to be pretty fun. I'm ready to go ahead and start animating. Already set up the set a little bit and noticed this has fallen down. So, I'll fix that real quick. And, so yeah, this is the set that I'm going to be using. Right here, I'm using, I know it's really bright, but it might be a little bit laggy too, but this is the set I'm using. I'm going to be using parts of the Arkham Asylum, Lego Batman movie Arkham Asylum set, and part of the 1960s Batcave set. So, also, there's going to be a little I don't know what you would call it, just a broken down police car for effect. And I'm actually going to put a couple more things in here to add to the scene a bit, because I feel like it's a little bland right now. So that's what I'm going to do next. And I'm not really sure what the story, there's no story really behind this or anything. Like, I haven't planned this out or anything, I haven't scripted it or anything. I'm really just going to go through and, you know, just animate as I go. And sometimes you can get some really cool stuff out of that, you know, just by playing around and being creative. Sometimes it can be a bit messy, but we're going to try it anyway, and I think it's going to be fun. And yeah, so also if there's any problems with the stream or anything, just write a message on YouTube and I'll try to look at it. I don't have my second monitor on me right now, so I can't really see it as well. So yeah. So I only have one monitor, and so that means I'm gonna have to change and flip screens and stuff. So I won't be able to look at your comments as I'm animating. So it's gonna take a second, if you do comment, for me to look at it. And yeah, that's about it. I'm ready to get in here and start animating. And actually, before I do that, I need to set up a couple things, add a few more things to the scene, just to add some I don't know what you would say, like so it's not so bland, I guess, is what the word I'm looking for. I mean, I'm not going to put too much in this because I don't want to be, I don't know what you call it, you don't want to distract too much from the actual scene that you're trying to create, because then it just gets really messy. So I'm just putting a couple things in there so it doesn't look so bland. Since this is just a little short, I'm not really, what do you call it? I'm not really, like I said, I'm not planning this out, and I'm not building the actual sets. I'm just taking sets from Lego sets that I use to animate with, so it won't take as long. And yeah, so what I'm thinking is how I'm going to start this out is, so what I'm thinking is that we'll just start out, Red Hood's just going to walk up in here and kind of like, looking for Nightwing. And then up here on this building up here, I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, you can see it. This building up here, Nightwing's going to jump down on there and maybe exchange a few words with Red Hood as he sees him. And then Red Hood's gonna pull out his little pistols here, and then just start shooting at Nightwing. And then we're gonna do some cool like acrobatic flips and stuff. You know, as he jumps down from here, and then he'll land. You know, really cool. And then they'll get into the fight. And I'm just planning for this to be about a minute or so long. I'm not gonna finish it today, of course. You know, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be able to animate this, but my family's actually talking about going to see Logan later, the new movie, Wolverine movie. So we'll see how this goes. See how long I can do this for. And yeah, so this camera is actually the camera I'm gonna be using for the animation, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So for this first shot, I'm just gonna have a nice establishing shot so we can see the environment and where we're at. It's always good to have a good establishing shot for one of your first shots. Just a little tip there if you're an animator. So, because you want your viewer to know where, you know, where all this is happening, or else they get lost and they don't know what is happening or where it's happening. So, I'm just gonna set this up on a tripod here. And actually, I usually don't use my tripod a lot. Because this is a webcam, and all I do is just put sticky tack on it and actually put it on the set. But for this shot, I want it to be up on a higher angle. So I'm gonna actually use my tripod for this. So I'm gonna use about there, and I'm gonna go over here to the computer and configure some of this stuff real quick. So this is the shot I'm kind of looking for right now, and I'm gonna change. I gotta put in something back here so that you can't see my wall and stuff. And my table is kind of a mess right now. So I'm gonna grab something real quick to put back there so you know it doesn't look bad. since I already am working on the animated series, my Lego Batman animated series right now, I've actually got a little wall built, so that'll be easy to just put back here, so use it as a filler. I think right about there is where I'm going to put it. So let me grab some base plates real quick. So I'm just going to put some base plates underneath it to give it some support so it doesn't fall over while I'm animating, because that would be bad, because then it would be hard to get it back in the right spot. Oh, and also, what's up, Dan's Animation. And, okay, so that looks good. There we go. And we'll put in some sticky tack underneath. Sticky tack is also very helpful while you're animating. Once I found out about this really helped improve my films. It's crazy, it's just, sticky tack, but it really helps a lot. Or clay, but I like to use this because if you don't have the right clay, it'll dry, so, and then it's all dried up on your Lego. And I don't like that. And this base plate I'm actually using right now is actually very messy from the years I've used of it. But I'm not really worried about it because that's kind of the effect I'm going for, is a messy, it's not a nice little street that they're on right now. That's probably why they're fighting. And this is almost secure. Alright, that should be good. So let's change something real quick. Alright, so what's up, guys? Looks like we're starting to get some guys in the stream watching now. So hopefully you're enjoying this. We just started up. I know this part's kind of a little bit boring. We haven't started animating anything yet. So if you're just joining in, you haven't missed much. Just getting everything ready. And yeah. So also, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I will gladly answer. Like a little Q&A or whatever. So, yeah. We're about ready to animate. That's looking good. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have him ride in on a motorcycle because I think that would look a little cooler and be easier to animate than him walking. Because this is, I'm gonna have him coming from a diagonal, and it's hard to make a minifigure walk on studs diagonally. So I'm just gonna make him drive in, so it's a little bit easier to animate. So let me go ahead and get his motorcycle. Alright. Okay. Also, if there's anything wrong with the stream, if the stream goes out or anything, just let me know in the comments or the live chat. And or if the music's too loud or too low, or if the audio's not loud enough or it is too loud, just let me know if there's any technical problems and I will fix it, because I want you guys to have the best experience possible. Alright, so this is looking good to me so far, and I think we're ready to animate. And this is the first shot of the Nightwing vs. Red Hood short. So I've also got a little keypad here that I'll show you guys that I use to shoot my animations, because if you have, like, I used to have a shoot and point camera, but I used to get a lot of shaky footage when I was animating, because you have to press down on the shutter button to take a picture, so that would move the camera a little bit. And so now that I have a controller that I can just click the button without having to touch the camera, it gives you a lot smoother animation and no set bumps. So before I do this, I gotta secure my tripod real quick. Talking about set bumps remind me I had to secure my tripod. Alright. And since some people bolt their tripods to the floor, and since I'm not doing that, my mom would kill me if I did that. I just use sticky tack, or you can also use tape to secure your tripods to the floor. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy, just plop it right down there. Just as long as your tripod doesn't move while you're animating, you're good to go. So that's what I'm doing real quick. Alright, so we're ready to go, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the first frame, and there we go. Now we're animating, so let's go ahead and get down to business. So I'm gonna hold this frame for a second or two, and then we'll have Red Hood pull up on his motorcycle in just a second. So all I'm doing is just holding this frame for 15 frames, which is 1 second, so that we can get a establishing shot. And when I finish this and go into post-production, I'm actually gonna add a little zoom into this shot too. So since he's on his motorcycle, it's a little hard to balance him, so I'm gonna use some sticky tack and just to keep him up. And sticky tack's good because if you do it right, it's not noticeable. And even if you do it, it's really not too noticeable, even if you can see it. So that's why I like to use sticky tack. It's very, very helpful. Alright, he's still out of shot, but that's alright. And since he's moving at a higher speed right now, that means I'm going to move him more during each frame. And then once he starts to slow down, I will move him less each time. Toggle back and forth. Also, I'm going to turn on some onion skinning, just so we can see how much I'm actually moving Red Hood. Okay. So as you can see, there's a little transparent Red Hood. You know, you can see him right there. He's transparent. That's onion skinning. It shows me how much I've moved the character during each frame, and is very helpful while you are animating. So I'm going to move him right about there, take another frame, and move on to the next shot. And so there we go, move on to the next shot. I'm going to do one more big motion, and then I'm going to start to slow him down. So it looks like he's slowing down. So I'll stick him on right there. Make sure it looks good. And another good thing about this program that I'm using, which is Dragon Fame, is that I can toggle back and forth and see what I'm doing right on the screen, which is very, very helpful. And I've actually thought of a little bit of an idea here. I'm gonna make him, when he slows down, he's gonna kind of turn really sharp, and to stop really quick. So right here, give him a little bit of turn, and he's gonna stop really quick in just a second. Boom. So I'm gonna need a little bit more sticky tack so he doesn't fall over. And the good thing that this is at a higher angle, I can put the sticky tack and you can't really see it. So you can see that he's kind of turning, his back wheel is starting to turn, and I'm going to make him brake really hard right here, and then add a little effect to it. So let's see how that looked. Alright, so now I'm going to make him skid a little bit across. He didn't move enough for that one. So this one's he's gonna skid a little bit. And also he would lower himself a little bit. Right there. See how that looks? That looks pretty cool right there. You can see his reflection coming in back there. As long as it's not my reflection, I'm okay with that. because you gotta watch out for reflections, because they can really mess it up, mess your film up a little bit, and they're hard to get rid of. So and I'm gonna make them so you can see he's skidding across really hard. And what I'm doing here is adding the techniques of ease in and ease out. So what that means is, as well, everybody, when you move your hand or anything, any motion, there is a ease in and ease out. So if I move my hand here, it's gonna be laggy on this. But if I move my hand doesn't come to a complete stop when I move it. It slows down, even if it is really quick. It slows down. It's not a sudden stop. So he's almost come to his break. And since he's stopping, his weight is going to shift to the other side and then bounce right back. But I'm going to, this is a easing, it's going to be an ease out in just a second. So let's see how that looks. So I'm just easing this out to a stop right now. Just barely moving it just a little bit. And hopefully it turns out good. That is looking pretty good to me. And that wasn't at the full frame rate, that was just me toggling through. So, and I'm gonna hold him there at that position for half a second. So we're gonna hold him here with a click, drag, hold him here for, let's say, 7 frames. And then he's going to turn off his motorcycle, so that's going to make the motorcycle move a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. Okay, so Dan, you asked what was my age, and I am actually 17. So, yeah. I am not 21, I am 17. Alright, so that's it for this shot. What I'm gonna do next is I'm going to change it to a different angle. I'll take off the, there we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just taking it to a different angle here. And then I'm gonna fix some of the properties, settings, zoom out. So now I'm gonna have him getting off the bike. So I need to make sure that the bike stays still as I'm animating. And also, this is the music that we're listening to right now. It's Kevin McLeod. He's creates royalty-free music that you can use in your videos. And I've just got a playlist on going, so. Alright. So now I don't need this tripod anymore. I'm going to move that away. Alright. So this next shot is just going to be him getting off the bike, nothing special. Now that we have an establishing shot, we can go up for a more close-up angle. So make sure I have everything secure, ready to go. Alright, so take the first frame, put on my onion skin so that we can see how much I've moved the character. So this is what I'm talking about, the ease in, ease out. So what I'm going to be doing is he's going to be slowly getting off at first. So I'm barely going to move him just a little bit each time. And then there's going to be a big movement in the middle. Here's going to be a little bit bigger movement. almost finished here with this shot. With him getting off the bike. But what I'm gonna do next is make him look around as if he's looking for Nightwing. And then we'll have the shot of Nightwing jumping onto the building. So we're just gonna have a, it's kind of a slow build up into the action. So just kind of ease into it. He's gonna be turning.
We're leaving in like 30 minutes or so. You don't want to go?
No.
Okay. What are you doing now? Doing another
Live
animation?
streaming, animating, yeah. I might need some sticky tack in just a second. Let's see, is that too much? Alright, I think that's... Put his hands down a little bit. There we go. I think that was a little bit too drastic, that turn right there. So I'm just going to delete that and turn just, make it just a little bit less. There we go. Alright, so I'm almost finished with this shot. And I'm gonna go for an extreme close-up this next shot. And he's just gonna be kind of looking around. And I'll put hold this frame for like 3 frames. And then we're gonna go with an extreme close-up right here, or just maybe a close-up, more like. And I'm thinking I should go like right about there. I think that's gonna be good. Right there. And then I'm gonna have to change the focus real quick. Alright, so the only thing I'm worried about is this switch right here, because sometimes if you switch the other side, like the 180-degree rule, it can mess up and confuse your audience a little bit. But I think that since I established the shot, that it'll be alright. So what we're gonna do here is just gonna have his head turn. He's gonna pause for a second, and then his head is going to turn as if he's looking around. So I'm gonna hold this frame for 3 frames. And then he's gonna turn his head slightly. So we'll turn his head. And we're going to ease in and then ease out. So his head's kind of stiff, so it's kind of hard to turn his head. Which kind of helps though too. It kind of helps for small increments. So what I'm thinking is that as he's looking, he's gonna hear Nightwing call at him and be like, "Hey, Red Hood," or something. You know, he'll just say, he'll say something, kind of lighthearted, and then he'll turn around and see Nightwing up on the rooftop. So okay, so I think that's right there. I'm gonna hold that frame for a couple frames. And then he's gonna turn his head back. Actually, rather quickly because he's gonna hear Nightwing. So I'm actually gonna hold that frame for a couple more frames. I'm just gonna make him hold it for almost a second because he's gonna hear Nightwing's voice and turn around. And sorry if you hear that noise in the background. Somebody's using a blow dryer or something. So he hears Nightwing's voice and he's gonna turn rather quick. Still going to ease in because, like I said, all motions have ease in and ease out. Some might be quick, some might be slow. And turn his body too. He's going to be turning all the way around. So that was way too much. I moved him way too much, so let me fix that. So I'm deleting that frame because he's pushing up on the motorcycle. So what I'm going to do is make him take a step forward as he's turning, so then he doesn't hit the motorcycle. We're going to have him turn pretty drastically. I'm gonna need some sticky tack to hold him in place. And we're gonna swing his arms a little bit because he's using his whole body, and his arms will swing to counterbalance. Now his motion is going to ease out slowly. I think he moved too much. Let me see. was good enough right there. So he's gonna lean back and kind of look upwards. Because that's gonna be where Nightwing's voice is coming from. Make it ease out just a little bit. And I'll hold that frame for like 2 frames. And then we're gonna get into the fun part. So here is where the fun part begins. And what I was thinking was I could try to have like a shot of him looking up to this and seeing him up there, but I don't have much flexibility with this webcam, so what I'm gonna do is just put it on the tripod. Actually, instead, the tripod's kind of far away, so what I want to do instead is I'm going to just use some Lego blocks to get them up there. And I get a little base plate. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. Let me know in the live chat what you guys think of this so far, and if you have any ideas, any questions, anything at all, just let me know, and I will try to answer them the best I can. So sometimes I know animation can be a little bit boring, you know, the actual animating part, but I actually like watching behind the scenes of a lot of stuff, so I find it quite interesting. So plus it also can help you with your own, if you're an animator or anything, you can find little tips from other people and use them in your own work. So that's why I'm kind of pointing a couple things out as I'm animating, just in case you guys have any questions about it, and hopefully it will help you if you're an animator. Hopefully it will help you in your own work and your own animations, and help you make yourself a better animator. Because that's what it's about, just getting better. Every time you animate, you try to do something different so that you can get better. And we're gonna do something a little bit different in just a second, and I'm hoping that it'll work out the way that I want it to. I think if it does, it could be a very cool effect, and turn out really awesome. If it doesn't, then we just take it out and do something different. But I think it'll work. So, and I think it'll be fun and will be awesome. So I'm just building a little foundation to put my my camera on. It's like a little mini tripod, Lego tripod. Nothing special, nothing fancy, as you can see. Just a little base plate with Legos to support it. So that I can do this shot. So I think I might need it a little bit higher. I'll zoom out too so I can see where I'm at. Okay, so it is zoomed out already, and I need that to be higher than it is right now. So we're just gonna add some more blocks, cause it's Lego. So, by the way, this stream is the first one I've done in a while, and I'm hoping I just want to keep doing better and better streams. So, hopefully, as I do more streams, they get better. I know this one isn't the best, and but they'll get better and better as I try to make them more structured and, you know, have some fun stuff going on while I'm animating, you know, and also try to improve it and try to put more of a brand into my streams, you know, make it recognizable so that when you see my stuff, you know that, hey, it's Batman JPD, he's streaming. And I think that's when you can do that, that's when you start really growing your YouTube channel, when you start making it into starts becoming a brand, because then it becomes more recognizable to your YouTubers, and they know when they see, they can tell when it's your stuff, when they, you know, because by your brand, your style, basically your brand is your style, just like an art style, anything, you know, a style that you make videos, you know, the style that you deliver content, and it becomes recognizable to your YouTubers, and that's what I want this channel to become, and that's why eventually I'm going to make a new intro, probably after I finish this animation, maybe today, we'll see how far I get in this animation first, and okay, so I think if I pull this back a little bit, that might help get more of the shot, so I don't have to keep building and stacking on this. So I actually want it a little bit farther back, and I'm going to put it at an angle too. There we go. Alright, fix this stuff back here so you can see, so it looks like the sky rather than just the wall. So let me mess with some of the settings real quick and that's what we're gonna want. I'm gonna have to move this light. It's a good rim light, but it's too bright up there, so we're gonna have to move it. Give it more of a softer edge. Okay, it's looking good, and I'm kind of making it more of a, not a nighttime, but a darker, try to make it a little pretty. So, let's zoom that in a little bit. So he's actually not gonna have these sticks at first. These, I don't know what they're called, but they're baton little things, and we're just putting him here right now so that we can see, if he's in frame when he jumps down. And I'm gonna lower this a little bit. So I might need to get a little bit more of the blue, more paper. I might be able to get away with it and just zoom it in just a little bit. Yeah, I'm thinking actually I want to see a more zoom out shot so you can know that he's on top of the building rather than just seeing him there and then you don't know what's happening. So let me find my background paper real quick. Another tip is to turn off all natural lights so that you don't get any light flicker. Crinkled up. Fix that. Paper out. So I got more paper here. I'm gonna stick it on back there. And then just a moment ago. And look at some of your comments and such. My family's actually going to see the new Logan movie right now, Wolverine movie. Decided to stay behind and keep animating and live streaming, so it is what it is. I'd like to go see it, but got business. I can kind of see that crease now. What I'm going to do is just over a little bit. Just have to live with it. Better. And then there's a little spot down here that I gotta get. Let's cover that. There we go. That looks good. And I'm actually going to take a quick break and a little snack break. So I will be right back. Alright, so I am back. Just got a little snack, little drink, and I'm back and ready. Alright, so we left off on this shot. So how this is gonna go down is it's gonna start off with no one there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a frame. There we go, first shot, first frame of this shot. And I'm going to hold that frame for a couple frames before Nightwing, say like 4 frames before Nightwing jumps down. Maybe 5. Alright, so now I'm going to I'm going to use sticky tack again as a support to keep them up. So just just getting Nightwing ready. And I gotta make him come down pretty cool because he's Nightwing. So I'm just getting him ready real quick. Putting him on the support. And also sticky tack helps because I used to use just Lego, put them on Lego bricks, hold them up, and then mask it out. But when I would mask it out, it would end up masking out. I'd have to mask out some of their feet because it got chopped off because of the bricks would, get in the way of it. And when I would go to mask them, their feet would get chopped off. But luckily, it's going too fast for anybody to notice, but it did happen. So there we go. I'm liking that right there. And I'm going to take a frame, and then I'm going to take the support and the object out of the frame, take a clean plate so that when I mask it out, that you don't see the supports. And this is what I do. This is what I do to make objects fly. I had a tutorial. There's a tutorial somewhere on my channel about this. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It was a tutorial that I did for the Killing Joke, so it's kind of old, but it is still the same process. I just have become better at it. And y'all can let me know if you would like to see me make an updated tutorial on that. If you would like to see that, just let me know. Because I've definitely become better at it. And I found multiple different ways to do it instead of the one way that I did do it. I usually just take it into Photoshop and then mask it out there. But I have found that Premiere, you can also do it pretty easily in Premiere by masking it out, or Adobe After Effects. And I'm sure there's tons of different ways that you can do it. So I'm just making Nightwing fall down. And using this as a support. And I'm going to kind of make him so I think I need to make him go down a little bit more. I haven't been doing it enough. And I think he's over a little bit too much. Looks like he's about to fall off the roof. Alright, so there we go. I'm gonna put, I almost forgot to put onion skinning on. It kind of doesn't help in these situations because you can't go back multiple frames, or maybe you can on this program, but I just haven't really looked it up. But I don't really need the onion skinning as much for these types of shots. So he's still making his descent. So I think I should put him down just a little bit further. gonna take the frame, the support out. And I could honestly only do that one time, but I like to do it every frame just in case something happens. And this something gets moved and it just doesn't, if you don't have that frame, the clean plate of each frame, sometimes you can mess up and it'll look kind of weird. So I like to do that just in case. Because say something like the lighting changes, which shouldn't happen, but you know, sometimes it does, and you can't do anything. So I like to have the backup frame, I guess you'd call it. And he's about to hit his feet on the ground. In this next frame he will. And when he does that, all of his weight is going to go down to the ground. And what I'm going to do is actually take his leg off and put it in front so it looks like he's kneeling. And this is a trick I use quite often. I like the effect it gives. I also tend to take arms off a lot because I can get more mobility and animate it too. And you can honestly do the same thing with the head too, if you do it right. And make a head, you know, look up and down. Sometimes it can be a bit tricky. So, or you could actually chop off the neck on the Lego torso, and just put some sticky tack under there and move his head around if you wanted to. But you would also be messing up your Lego, so I don't really do that. So he's just hit the ground, and he's gonna be down here kneeling for a second, and if I don't kill him, dropped him off the roof. So I'm gonna have him down there for a second, and then he's gonna come pop back up. So there we go. And it's gonna look a little funky because you see the supports and it blinks out, but it'll look better when I finish. Alright, I'm gonna hold this frame for a couple seconds, and then I'm going to switch to Red Hood, and then he's gonna pull out a gun and start shooting at Nightwing, and then we're gonna do some cool acrobatic flips and stuff. It's gonna be nice. So let me hold this frame. Alright. So now I'm going to trick the viewer's eye and actually make it look like you're looking down at Red Hood, but so what we're gonna do is this is gonna be a downward looking shot at Red Hood as he pulls out his gun and starts shooting at Nightwing. So what we're gonna do is put this up on a higher angle so that he's looking down on him, and I'll use sticky tack to tilt the camera, and there we go. I'm just gonna take a second to get it all set up. So he's gonna be right here looking up. I gotta pull this back more. Move some stuff out of the way. And that's kind of how it's gonna be right there. And then I'm gonna have to move my lights to get the actual shot. I'll put that like that. There we go. And I'm gonna put his motorcycle over here to the side. Put it right there. Put it. So I'll put the bike like right there. Looking good. Move some stuff out of the way. And get his guns. So then I'm going to change the settings. Alright. Alright, so take a little sip of some Gatorade. And we'll get back to work. So he's looking up at Nightwing, and what he's gonna do is there's gonna be a little moment of anticipation as right before he reaches for his guns. So we'll do that in just a second. Alright, so he's looking up at him, and I'm going to take a couple frames here. And let's see, we'll take so we just put a little hold on it. 6 frames. And then he's going to start going back down. He's going to look back down. And then he's going to pull his guns out really quick. So let's put some onion skin on this so we can see what's going on. Also, another good useful tip for you animators out there is to use a toothpick for the guy's hands, for Lego hands, because you can move their hands in very small increments. Not the arms, the hands is what I'm talking about. Like these hands right here, I can slide that in there through his hands and move them in very small increments. So just in case you guys didn't know, any of you animators that are watching this, I find it very useful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him hold right here for like 2 frames, and then he's gonna pull his guns out really quick. So we'll go boom. He's gonna put his hands back, going to reach for his guns, lean them forward. That's a good movement, big movement right there. And then he's gonna actually have his guns in this frame. So let's put him in his hands. Might have to pick him up. But that's another good thing about onion skinning, is that you can always find the place where you last left off. Because I have trouble with that a lot. So there. Nope. Here. I think it was there. Yeah. So right there. Gonna lean him forward. And then he's gonna come back fast too. He's kind of turned sideways a little bit, so fix that. Maybe much better. He's pulling his guns out. There we go. And another thing, about my channel is that I'm probably gonna redo the trailer, not the trailer, the intro. Sometime I'll probably redo the trailer too for my channel, since I'm gonna be redoing the intro. I'm only gonna bet just a little bit more. A little bit too much that time. But I'm gonna redo the intro, and I'm gonna make it pretty cool. I'm gonna animate it. That's what I'm gonna be doing next time. So I probably won't vote on that one, or let people vote on that one, that poll. I'll just animate the intro, because I feel like this one's starting to get kind of stale, and I want to establishing a brand in my channel, so that when people see my content, they know it's my content. I'm thinking of actually adding a avatar, like a avatar of myself for that I'll use in my videos and stuff, and like maybe animation tutorials and stuff, and it'll be in like the thumbnails and stuff, and just starting to, like I said, establish a brand in my content in my channel. So I feel like that will help gain more subscribers and bigger community in my channel. So he's about to fire at Nightwing in just a second. I'm gonna do some cool, I'll do some cool After Effects, like stuff in After Effects on this. So make sure it's really cool. I'm gonna fire this one first. That one's firing. This one's firing. So it's gonna be going pop, 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 back and forth for just like a second or two. So this one's gonna go back up. This one's coming down, and this should give a pretty cool effect as if he's shooting. And don't want to do too much. I want to be able to see the nozzle. One more time, both guns, and then we're gonna change the shot and do some cool acrobatic stuff with Nightwing and have some fun. Okay. And like I said, none of this was planned out at all, and I really did not script or storyboard any of this. I'm just going with the flow. Like I said, that can sometimes create some very cool stuff. Sometimes it can make some cool stuff, but also it can make a film messy, and like, say like if you're trying to do a big film that has a story and stuff, you need to script it out at least, if not storyboard also. And But something like this, a short, you can just go in and have fun and do your thing. So that's gonna be it for this one. And if I need to make it longer, I can just paste the frame, copy and paste the frames, just to make it a little bit longer if I have to. Alright, so now we're going to do some cool stuff here. Have a little bit of fun. Also, I want to start having more of an upload schedule for my YouTube channel. At least I want to be uploading at least 1 to 2 videos a week, and I want to start I've always wanted to start doing like a schedule, like of days that I'm going to be uploading videos. But the only way I'd be able to do that is if I what do you call it? Where's the rest of this? I would have to upload, like, set certain dates for the stream to upload. Because I am not good at getting videos out on when I schedule dates. I am not good at getting videos out on the date. So I would want to make sure that I have get the dates right. And I would probably just have a bunch of videos that I finished before and schedule them up to upload. So then I can just keep making videos and uploading them, or scheduling them to upload. And it seems like I'm uploading them at that date, but I'm actually not. So I'm just setting up this next shot real quick. This next one should be fun and come out interesting. So, what I'm going to do for this shot, what I'm planning to do is first of all, we got to get it ready. But what I want to do is have him have a Nightwing jump off of these, jump back and forth, and do some flips off of these buildings right here, and make it look really, really cool. And we'll see how it goes, but that is what I'm going to be going for once I get this ready. I actually need to stack this up a little bit higher. So this is about the height that I'm looking to achieve right here. I think that's looking cool right there. And I'm going to have to move some of this around. Okay. Alright, so gonna have to put some more what do you call it? I guess paper, blue paper up here. There we go. That's how you do it. Alright. Almost ready to start animating. So I'm not sure if anybody's watching, but again, I hope you guys are enjoying this. If there is anyone watching. I know this can be boring sometimes, but I try to make it as entertaining as I can, because this is an animation channel, so most of you guys that are here are watching this because you like my animations. So when I live stream my animations, and hope that you guys like it. So this is what you guys voted for anyway. Maybe not this specific one, but you voted for a fight scene, and you're getting a fight scene. Alright, so I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of editing and post-production until I finish this on this shot, because he's gonna be doing a bunch of flips and stuff. But before we start this, I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break, and I will be right back. so this is gonna be a fun little shot. Also gotta change one thing real quick. It's a little bit too dark for the shot. So I wanted to turn the brightness up just a little bit. Alright, now we are good. So, let's see. So this is gonna be fast paced. Little shot right here. And he's gonna be shooting at him, Red Hood, while he's jumping and jumping around on this like it's a jungle. Alright, so let me see. Just a second. Trying to see what leg I had in front. Let's see what we got here. So that might be a little bit too much. There we go. So he's running down. And actually, this next shot, I'm gonna start tilting or throwing his hands back a little bit. And getting him ready to jump. Alright, so now he's gonna start jumping. And I'm gonna make him do a little backflip here as he jumps across. There's gonna be a little explosion of energy here as he jumps up. Using the squash and stretch rules. And another thing I was thinking of is making a little video or course showing the 12 principles of animation and Lego. So I think that would be pretty cool. But you guys let me know if you would like to see that. And this isn't really sticking, so I'm gonna need some more. And the reason why is because it's gravity is pulling this down, so alright, so maybe that'll work for a second. Actually, with the way that's going, I can make him do like a sort of a side flip type thing. Make it look pretty cool. Take him off real quick and take a clean plate. And then what I'm going to do to trick the viewer's eye is I'm going to actually just use the actual Lego, the set behind him, to hold him up a little bit. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't, then I'll try something different. But it is looking like it's gonna work, so that looks pretty cool. There we go. And then I can use this to rotate him as he flips over. And then as he does that, he's going to hit that other side over there if he doesn't fall off and kill himself. So what he's going to do is he's going to hit this and he's going to kick off of this. That might be a little bit too drastic, the change. We'll see. Now we gotta put him, so he's gonna be hitting this. Put it on his foot. And hopefully we can do it so we can't really see. Accidentally knocked one of these things off. So I'll fix that real quick. And that looks cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to squash him a little bit. And then he's going to explode to the other side. And actually what we're going to do is, this is going to be risky, but I'm actually going to move the camera. And this could end up being very bad. But it could also end up being very good. We will see. So now he's going to, it's going to be a quick explosion of energy as he goes to jump off on the other side. So what we'll do for this shot, for this frame, we'll just use sticky tack that we'll have to mask out later in post-production. So we'll stick him on right here. And this time as he's falling, we're going to make him go down farther than he was. Alright, so now we gotta tilt the camera a little bit. So right now it's looking alright. But like I said, that's right now. Hopefully it doesn't mess up or anything. Alright, so take a clean plate so we can mask it out later. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. I've actually almost taken almost 200 frames. So what I'll do again is make it look like he's jumping in the middle of the air, but he's actually being held up by a support behind him. As long as the camera can't see, then it's okay. Also, he's gonna be doing a little flip. So this is gonna be a little bit tough real quick. Do that. Alright. And now I need to tilt the camera. As I take this next photo. Crap. So I wasn't paying attention, and he's actually up a lot higher than that, which he's gonna go down lower as he falls. But gotta make it look right, or else it'll look weird. So now we'll make him kind of start flipping, but I'm also gonna make him kind of go down more than he did. And then we're gonna tilt the camera. That might have been too much. There we go. So I'm really trying to pay attention to where the character was before, so we can get a arc of motion, because everything also moves in arcs, and if you don't make a nice arc, then it can look kind of funny. So gotta make sure that we do it right. And he's gonna be more upside down this time. As he's going down. So tilt the camera a little bit. Excuse me. Now, this is the first time I've actually done this tilt with my camera, because I don't usually like to move or touch the camera while I'm animating, because I don't want to mess up the shot, but I want to have a little fun in the shot, so. it's good to try different stuff. There we go. And let's tilt this. Probably way too much. Probably tilted it too much. I think I should put a little bit more. There we go. So I'm gonna take you can kind of see some of the support behind it, so I'm gonna take a clean plate, and then this is where he's gonna hit the wall, so I'll have him hit for a second. So I gotta make sure that we keep this art going the way that we want it to. Now we're gonna put some tilt. I'm actually gonna put a lot of tilt in this one. And then I'm going to have him squash. Well, I'm actually gonna make him just explode right into the next one. And this time I'm gonna make him do like a front flip. Make sure that this is again following that arc. Arc of motion. Oh crap. Forgot I didn't move this. There we go. Alright. Now we'll move on to the next frame. And he's gonna be doing his front flip. So this is kind of getting hard to squeeze my hand in here without hitting the camera. So I'm just gonna put him like that. He's doing a front flip. And he's way far down. That's what it's looking like. So it needs to be up more. Right about there. see how that looks. Get the camera some tilt. So let me go. Let's see. Alright, so it's not that bad. But I do need to change this focus. That shot looks good. Now we're gonna flip him a little bit more. Make him look like he's flipping. Let's see what that looks like. So I think he should be down just a little bit more, like right about there. So we can keep that arc of motion nice and smooth. Nice, that's looking nice, looking nice. There we go. And my dog's barking like a retard. And he's almost to the bottom of this building. So I think I'm gonna change the angle real quick. Yeah, that's looking really cool. I can't wait to see that once I finish that in post-production and mask out all the support. It's gonna look really cool. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to change the angle so you can see him finish up his little acrobatic jump right here. So change this up. He just fell off. Okay. Alright, so it's a little bit dark. Gonna get some more light on this. So I'm gonna turn the light down just a little bit, turn the gain down, and put Nightwing back in place here, and put him right about there. Maybe a little bit higher than that, so he can do. What I'll make him do is I'll make him do a backflip. Well, I'll just make him do a backflip right onto the ground right here. And then he's gonna turn and face Red Hood. And then maybe they'll exchange a couple words. And then they'll get into the gritty fight. So again, like I said, I'm just doing this all on the fly. Not really, I didn't really plan this out, no script, no nothing. Just going through the motions and trying to make it as cool as I possibly can. Alright, so there we go. Take the first frame of this shot. And alright. Gotta figure out exactly where he was so we can continue that arc of motion. Knocked his ear off. Alright, that looks good. And a quick shout out to Earth383 who just shared my live stream on Facebook. I just saw it, and thank you guys. Definitely appreciate the support. So I think he's up a little bit too high. Throw his leg back a little bit. There we go. Alright. So he's almost there. He just hit the other side of the building. So now I'm going to make him squash. And then he's going to stretch out back again. As he does one more flip. Alright, let's see how that looks. There we go. Alright. So that's looking good. And we're almost there. And now he's finally going to hit the ground. Throws weight forward. So I'm just gonna do a little close up here on Nightwing's face. Give a sideways angle. And let me focus this. Alright, so we're finished with that shot. And actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some of the post-production for that and mask out some of the what do you call them, the supports for when Nightwing's jumping around and stuff, so that it looks like a fluid motion and it looks like he's jumping. And so I'm gonna take a quick break real quick, and then we'll get started on that, and that'll be it. Alright, so I will be right back in like 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm back, and so now I'm done animating, and so far I've animated 212 frames, and that is only 14 seconds for 3 hours of work. So yeah, I guess that's not a bad day's work. And I'm not done with the live stream yet, but I'm done animating for now, and I'm gonna start something else in just a second. But I want to see what this looks like without the frames edited. So just remember that these frames haven't been edited. This is all raw footage of my animation. Okay, so that looked pretty cool, and there's a few things I want to fix. Gonna put this out, pull this, and put this on a frame hold for a couple of seconds. I'll put it for about 1.5 seconds. And I'll put this on a frame hold for less than half a second. But that looked really cool. That jump part looked really cool. I cannot wait to see what that looks like without the supports in there, like that part. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this stuff out, the sticky tack and stuff out, so that you cannot see it as he is jumping, because I really want to see what this looks like without those supports. So I'm gonna go back and watch this one more time. Okay, that's pretty good right there. I think that's good long enough. Boom. Yep. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool. There's one thing I noticed here. I think it was right about there. There's a little hair right there. I hate when that happens, when I get dog hair on my Legos and it gets in the animation. But I guess it's not too bad, it won't distract too much. That was pretty fluid. And there was something throwing me off about that right there, when he reaches for his guns. I think that's what it is. This little jerk right here. It felt like a herky-jerky type of motion. And let's see if I can fix that. No, that made it worse. What I can do here is copy copy this frame here. The only thing is that it doesn't. I think that looks good. Yeah, so this is looking pretty good. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this, conform, and while that is doing that, we're gonna go and open this up and look at the individual frames so that we can edit them and take out the supports in Photoshop. So where is it? Nightwing versus Red Hood, and it's finished saving. So gotta take one and feed. Alright, so now we just gotta go and find the images that we want to edit, and it starts right here. So I'm gonna open this up in Photoshop, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna edit these photos so we can see what they look like without all of the supports and stuff, because I think it's gonna look pretty cool when when it's finished. But after that, I'm probably gonna end the live stream, and I hope I get some time to live stream tomorrow. If not, then I will definitely be live streaming next weekend, and I will be doing another video. There will be another video sometime this week coming out, and that will be very fun. Alright, so just wait for this to load real quick. I'll turn the music up so you guys can listen to it. Oh, and if you're wondering what music this is, it's Kevin McLeod, and he makes a lot of royalty-free music. That's why I'm using it. Otherwise, I'll get copyright infringement for YouTube. Alright, so it's opened up. Music down. go ahead and start editing this. So I'm going to import the clean plate, as I call it. And this is going to be running a little bit slow because I'm running all the other stuff. Hopefully it'll warm up and start going a little bit faster. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm putting this layer on top, and then basically I'm just grabbing my eraser tool and erasing the support, as you can see. And if I want to go in and get a little bit sharper, and I can just use my lasso tool and select what I don't want, and delete it. And this is kind of like what I said earlier, that sometimes the feet on my Legos get chopped off because when I'm masking them out. But it's going so fast that you won't be able to notice it. So I'll save that image. That's all we need to do there. And this is basically what I have to do over and over for all the images that need support. So save that, replace my existing, and we're going to save that as large as we can possibly save it. And now we'll go on to the next one. So this is basically the process that I'm going to be doing over and over and over. And I might just turn some music on for you, or turn the music up for you guys, and I'll just zone out and get this done. But because yeah, it's just the same process. I just do over and over. Oh, I forgot to, dang it. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. I didn't realize that. So let's resave that. Save it as a JPEG. Save. Yep. And okay. Then go do this one. Alright. So there we go. Save that.
Okay.